Looking at this video breakdown of you shooting and me shooting here on the split screen will give you a good idea of exactly what you're doing versus what I am doing. And I want you to go back through this and watch this several times. And don't be afraid to use the pause button. I know that our shots aren't perfectly lined up in sync. The timing is slightly off. We're moving at a slightly different speed. But you can see here from the side view, they're almost matched up, and you can get a good feel for exactly what you're doing and what I'm doing at the same point in our shots. And here's the front view. Once again, don't be afraid to go back and use this first minute of this video to freeze and pause and analyze exactly what's going on. Now we're going to look at some still frame photos of exactly what we did. Okay, so this is the point in our shot where we're just gathering the ball and we're getting really ready to load ourselves to go up into our shot, and we're pulling the ball in. You can see here I pulled the ball in tightly to my pocket, and I'm getting that ball in tight, whereas you have the ball out in front of you and almost to your left pocket. You don't want to cross your body with the ball ever. So as a right-handed shooter, you want to make sure you pull that ball in tight to the right side of your body. When you bring it up, you want the shortest trip as possible. You don't want to cross that ball from your left pocket over to your right shoulder. Another thing I want you to really take notice of is the strength and the width of your stance at the very beginning of your shot here. You want to make sure you're low, wide, and bent and on balance in every direction. Your feet are a little bit skinny right here, and it causes you to fall forwards just a little bit when you bring the ball up and release it. Now at this point in our shot, we're both ready to just about to start to bring the ball up in our shooting motion towards our shoulder. You want to make sure you stay bent and keep that ball in tight as long as possible. You are bent and you have a good stance right here, but the ball gets out in front of you so far. It's hard for you to remain balanced and have enough power and arc on your shot when the ball is so far out in front of you like this. Now I like where you're at right here in your shot. This is actually a perfect spot to be at. The only problem is sometimes you rush the ball up really quick. You want to take your time a little bit more, not just swing the ball up quick and loose. When you do that, you kind of lose power that you need to generate from your legs. You kind of unravel or uncoil your spring too quickly. I want you to also take note of the distance from the elbow to the knee, both mine and yours. Your elbow is a little bit more disconnected from your knee than is mine. You want to stay a little more compact. Remember that coiled spring is important. Now here you're going to see the result of swinging that ball up really quick and out in front of you. You're a little bit too far out in front of yourself right now, meaning your elbow is so far out in front of your foot that you're going to start to lean forwards and fall forwards. You want to remain on balance in all directions. I'm a little bit more with my elbow over my knee here. Give me a little bit more support and balance to be able to go straight up. Now we'll take a look here. At this point of our shot, we've just let the ball go. I wanted you to see how your body kind of starts drifting forwards, and you're really top heavy at this point. You want to be able to go straight up and down a little bit better, because just as important as jumping and taking off up into your shot is being able to land on balance. At no point in time should you be flimsy, flopping, or falling forwards. Now we're taking a look at our follow through here. I want you to take a look at your guide hand. As that ball has let go, you can see that your guide hand starts to curl up. It kind of flicks the ball a little bit. You want to work on that guide hand grip, getting that hand flat and straight on the side of that ball, and less of just your fingers, but more of your whole hand on that ball. Now one of the last pieces of your shot is to remain firm to the very end and not let your body get loose or your arms start to separate or lose your balance and start to stumble. So you'll see here at the very end, I stand strong and stare down my follow through a little bit longer as you retract your body and start to fade back and stumble around. You want to stand there and hold your follow through as long as possible. We're going to take a look at just your shot here. You want to make sure you don't dip down to go up. You want to make sure you are low at all times. Also, make sure that ball doesn't get so far out in front of you. When you're handling the ball, you want to keep it tight to your body, especially when you're shooting. Also, don't flimsy flop and drop your guide hand. That was good landing on balance there. Here, make sure the ball starts in your right pocket. You don't want to bring it from your left pocket to your right shoulder. And take a look at your guide hand. We need to get it more on the side of the ball, less on the top, and we need to do a better job of not flicking the fingers on your guide hand as a power source. You need to use a stronger base and more legs to help reach that basket easier.